Tonight's starting lineups are sponsored by MidFirst Bank. MidFirst Bank is proud to be the official bank of the Phoenix Suns. Stop by MidFirst Bank today to get your Phoenix Suns check card. The new look starters jumped out to a 9-point lead on the Mavericks after the first quarter on Sunday, but they were running wide. There you see that, plus 51 rebounding for the Kings, dominating the Suns on the glass. Udrih out of traffic, tried to flip it over to Cousins. Good hands from Gortat. Dudley was there as well, and then a foul in the backcourt.
And give up and you're ready to just play out the string. But the fact that they've won 4 of their last 5 means that they're working for something for the future. These young guys are still hungry.
4 of their last 5 on a road trip, including a victory over the Philadelphia 76ers. Nash straight and sweet for 3.
Don't worry, Leander. There's nothing wrong with my leg.
Those offensive boards would be jerked down by Udrih.
Yeah, I think Alvin Gentry's going to talk to Steve Nash about not boxing out Udrih on that play.
Oh, what a creative pass from Steve Nash. Very patiently waited for Gortat to spring free.
I say, okay, if you can give me 11 or 12 assists like you do every night, I'll just let a couple offensive rebounds.
Fourth quarter back in Phoenix to win those last 2.
Yeah, and you saw the mid-range game of Marcus Thornton on that last play. Look at Gortat and Steve Nash executing that pick and roll. Can do nothing but foul Gortat on his way to the hole.
And Scotty, take us back to the first 2 or 3 weeks between Steve Nash and Marcin Gortat. They just didn't have the spacing. They didn't have that the chemistry and weren't in sync. Gortat would find himself underneath the bucket too many times, and Nash would be pinned down.
Well, the problem was he was rolling too fast. And you got to give Nash a little bit of that operation to stretch that play out long enough to create that passing angle. And Gortat's got perfect timing now. And precision passes by Nash led to a lot of easy buckets.
Yeah, they have come a long way in a short amount of time and doing it in season. Fox Sports Arizona brings you the games that matter most and is proud to be the local television home of the Phoenix Suns. And for even more information about the Suns, log on to foxsportsarizona.com. Now, just imagine what could happen if they have a little training camp behind them. Nash and Gortat, as you look ahead, the Suns now up by 5. Gortat was perfect from the line against the Dallas Mavericks and sinks a pair here. He went 4 of 4 from the stripe on Sunday. 20-14, Suns lead past the halfway point here of the opening quarter for Thornton.
No, he's a handful. Man, you talk about a guy like Vinnie Johnson, a microwave, an instant offensive type of player.
Nash with the hockey move. Then finally finds Marcin Gortat. That is just a beautiful thing to watch. Steve Nash circled around and then scooped it with the left hand over to Marcin when he broke free.
And it's almost like a version of abuse right there. Basketball abuse, the way he just mesmerizes the defense with those tricky dribbles before slipping the ball to a teammate.
Always keeping that dribble alive. And now Dante Green is called for an offensive foul along the baseline.
Yeah, I believe it's Marcin Gortat coming over here out of his position. Yeah, gets outside that restricted area, takes that blow. Before the game, he said Derrick Rose got in his ear. He said he's got to work more on his game in the offseason. Came in a little overweight this year and has affected his overall performance.
Suns shooting a sizzling 69% from the field. Gortat was sandwiched but fouled by Jason Thompson.
Yeah, the Power Balance Pavilion crowd does not like that call. I feel like they're a little one-sided, the officiating, but that was the correct call. A lot of arms on the wrist of Gortat that time.
And that's the 15th foul now on the Kings as Paul Westphal looks up, realizes that it's free throws rest of the quarter for the Suns. So Marcin Gortat, this is the first, the centerpiece of that trade with Orlando earlier this season. Josh Childress now seeing extra minutes coming in off the bench due to the quad injury for Michael Petrus, who remains day-to-day. And Grant Hill goes out. Perfect 4 of 4 from the field, 9 points here in the opening period for Grant Hill.
Excellent job by Grant, setting the tone. Hey, you know, when you're in a situation you're facing long odds to make the playoffs, you've lost 2 heartbreaking games last week. I mean, that's the kind of attitude. A couple ill-advised turnovers have led to some easy baskets for the team.
Suns 69% from the field. Kings 52% so far. Gortat isolated against Thompson. The fade shot along the baseline. He has the entire arsenal.
Yeah, he says, hey, Scott Williams, what about that 6th Man of the Year award? And I said, well, I don't know if you'll win it for the whole season, but since the All-Star break, not a better player than Gortat.
On the phone back in, I believe he's in Queen Creek, as Vince Carter almost lost it on the dribble. His name is Nick Kettner. And Nick was the winner of the Suns Bounce with the Suns Health and Wealth.
Let me ask you, what motivated you? I mean, I understood they gave you a package with the other guy that you guys could go together, but you had a little extra motivation, didn't you? The opponents have been able to outscore the Kings by about 5 per game, but this is a new Kings this last 3 weeks. They've been able to score the ball as well, as you can see.
Let me rephrase that question. It's the most physically demanding thing you've ever done.
Still same answer.
Oh my goodness. Walked right into that one.
Well, look at Gortat on the line here. I tell you, let's go back to the basketball game. Gortat,
my goodness.
Always keeping the pressure on the defense by attacking in pick and roll situations or moving without the basketball. I love his energy when he's on the floor. And his big man seems like he's got a live motor. I never had the motor Gortat had. I had the energy level and the heart and the desire, but not that motor to be able to do it 17, 18 minutes in a row like Alvin Gentry's demanded from him.
And Marcin is struggling at the line, though. He's missed 3 of his 5 free throws. It was very interesting, too. Just yesterday, he tweeted that Dwight Howard should be MVP of the NBA this season over Derrick Rose. That's interesting, too, because there's some personal tension, though, between Gortat and Dwight Howard.
Oh, okay.
We talked about that.
I figured
second quarter taking a 4-point lead.
16-2 scoring run. Are you kidding me? This is a team that's only won 20 games. You cannot tell me they're not still playing hard.
Channing Frye with a give and go with Nash and cleaned up by Marcin Gortat.
Needed a bucket. Good job, Gortat, going to that glass. 7 rebounds now in the game for Gortat. So he's doing his part. Just got to do it here on the defensive side of the ball. Stop allowing some of this inside easy opportunities at the rim and uncontested. His sub, who's been just absolutely lighting up the scoreboard, 22 points per basketball game, and within 5 seconds he gets himself a bucket.
And the 6th assist for Cousins. A little short on the shot by Gortat. Here comes Marcus Thornton in double figures. Everybody but Steve Nash, who has 7 points to go with his 12 assists. Suns are 5 of 8 shooting from the field here in the third. Udrih caught the side of the backboard, thought he was fouled.
Suns were ready for that play. They tried to run that exact same play a couple times out of timeouts.
Straight and sweet for Steve Nash.
Caused them to hesitate just a moment. He hesitates, travels.
Suns by 10. Dudley drops it off to Marcin Gortat. The reach in on Dallin Barrett. Hey, we talked about Dallin Barrett a little bit off the top. He's played so well in the last 9 games, averaging 16 points and 12 rebounds. He had 19 boards in the last game back in Philadelphia, where he spent his first 8 seasons, but he's been a non-factor so far. He does have 6 rebounds, but he's missed his 4 shots. 11-2 Suns run. Trying to add to that. And Gortat, though, boy, he has struggled mightily at the line. Now 2 of 7 free throw shooting. Suns 6-man, save your seats for the 2011-2012 season. If you have not yet renewed, March 31st is the final deadline to secure the best prices and to save your seat location. Protect your seats and renew now at my6man.com, or you can call 602-514-5444. You are part of our legacy. Continue with us.
Yeah, Gortat got that second one down. Go back to Dallin Barrett for a second, but think about how good he would be on a good team, like Boston Celtics or something like that, where they need a big guy to bang bodies, and he'd be the perfect guy defensively to rebound and block shots.
Cousins trying to,
Cousins the agent. That's why I mentioned that.
Cousins trying to muscle
Stamp of approval all over this game. Thornton, nice job for Sacramento Kings, inside and out. Big screen by Frye, levels Bano.
So after the Suns had a 12-2 run, it's now a 10-2 move by the Kings. And those last 3 turnovers by the Suns, first turnovers of the second half. Gortat takes the feed from Aaron Brooks and rises up. So this is what you need to look for, Scotty. Who is going to be the go-to scorer for the Suns in the 4th quarter?
On fire, and the Suns have no way to turn off that fire and put it out. Tried to go on this left side, they're just not getting anything down here.
2-man game, hammer time to Marcin from Steve Nash, picks up his 14th assist.
Boy, did they need that 2-man game with Gortat rolling to the basket. They've proven that left side unsuccessful until that attempt there. Suns have to put the double arm bar in the back, but I love this one right here. Slipping past the big guy, down on the free throw line situations. He really does a good job of charging in, trying to get inside position from the outside.
Nash hits the brakes, trying to draw the contact from Udrih. Goes inside to Gortat.
I think Cassidy sent that away. I think Cassidy was racked by guys.
And then passed him with his 8th 20-assist game. That came in that triple overtime game against the Lakers. Shot clock to 3 to 2. Dipping in Cousins. Great defense by Gortat.
Beautiful.
Locked him down.
Hammer says, "You shall not pass."
Suns with